During this video, we're introducing you to the 5 main types of interview question that you're likely to come across. For each of these types, we've recorded a student attempting the question as a before video, and then having given them some coaching and some top tips, which we're going to share with you, giving the opportunity to have another go, so the after video. Hi Gina.
Hello.
So, what's the one thing you're most proud of?
Maybe I would say, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ever asked me that before. The fact that I'm here right now. I've done a lot in my life, and the point that I'm at,
The strengths question, or sometimes known as the preferences question. Examples of these include: what are your strengths? What energizes you? What do your friends value about you? What are you doing when you get so absorbed that you lose track of time? What does a successful day look like for you? And of course, how will this role play to your strengths? So why do recruiters ask strengths questions? Well, they're less predictable, as you can see, and hence less easy to prepare for than a competency question. Over the years, people have got quite slick at answering competency questions, and this is a way for recruiters to come at this from a different angle. They allow recruiters to check how well you know yourself and your self-awareness, and thereby the value that you can add. And also to check for alignment between what you can do well and the requirements of the job. They want to ensure that the role will play to your natural abilities. Because theoretically, of course, playing to your strengths means that you'll enjoy the role and perform well. So how to tackle strengths questions? Well, this isn't a situation where you're allowed to be modest. In an interview situation, you want to showcase your strengths, because if you don't, they're not going to know about them. So planning again is key. Generate a list of strengths, perhaps 2 lists, a soft skills list and a hard skills list, where soft skills could be things like perhaps persuasion or empathy or dealing with difficult behaviours in others. And hard skills might include things like particular software skills or lab processes or commercial awareness. Then identify 2 or 3 of your key strengths which are very relevant to the post and that you've picked up from the job ad. These will come from the research that you've done when you were actually applying for the role. So you're likely to have included them in your CV or your personal statement. And then practice using a basic structure for each of these strengths. So what is the strength which really matches the requirements and ticks that box? Number 2, what's your proof of that strength? Share one achievement that really showcases it. And finally, number 3, what's the strengths relevant to the job? How would it be beneficial to the employer? There aren't any right or wrong answers here, but it's an opportunity to own that part of the interview time. You know, the ball's really in your court for this question. Finally, body language and energy are absolutely key. Recruiters are going to be noticing whether there's congruence between what you say and the enthusiasm with which you say it. So the expression on your face, the energy with which you say something, your body language will all confirm or deny that this truly is a strength. While watching this after video, see if you can notice how the candidate is applying some of the tips we've given you. See also if you can identify how they could do even better. And finally, ask yourself what you would do differently if you tackled this or a similar question. Okay, Gina, so I'd like to know what you're most proud of.
My journey to the University of Bath has been an interesting one. I graduated from my undergrad over a decade ago, and I worked as an engineer. And during that time, I just, over the course of those years, I started thinking, there's something else that I should be doing. And I took the time to take classes and just figure out what the next thing was going to be. And so I applied for a master's program in something completely different, behavioral economics, and I'm here. And I'm proud of being able to take the time to actually assess and figure out what the next thing could potentially be. And I'm not holding myself to that either. It's not like it has to be this and nothing else, but it's just another step along the journey. And I am looking forward to pivoting in my career and just and enhancing what I already have, And in this role, I think having that kind of flexibility is helpful, it's useful, because everything isn't going to go the way you plan, and sometimes you need to kind of change courses and figure out, okay, well, this didn't work, or this didn't work the way I thought it would. How do we attack this problem or issue, or solve this thing in a different way?
Okay, thank you very much. Here are some more examples of students attempting this type of question. Again, see how far they use the tips that we've given you to make it an effective answer, and think again about how you would do it differently. Dylan, can you describe to me a recent successful day for you and what made it so?
Sure. So last week I had received the results for my human resource management group coursework. So as a group we had found out our result and we happily received a distinction grade, which was great. And what excited me about that day was the fact that we were looking at a piece of work that we did collaboratively, and I enjoy the experience of having group work. So I'm able to collaborate with different team members and also play on the strengths that I have. So my main contribution towards that particular piece of work was the research element, looking at the types of content that we could put in that piece of work. And also from that piece of work we identified some areas of improvement. So the feedback that we got from our supervisor was able to give us some learning points, and this is really important in the learning development sector, where feedback is taken into account how to improve the quality, the performance of the delivery, and this is something that I want to take on in the future.
So, John, how would your close friends describe you?
I think the number one word they'd use to describe me is adaptable. I think in the past and currently I've been able to balance a sporting life, academia and work, whether that's part-time work at a bar or work experience, professional work experience over the summer. If I think of a specific example without being too cheesy, just last week I had 2 assignments due. A bar shift got changed last minute. I had to go and work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, late shift and rugby training in the morning and a rugby game. And I was able to manage that really, really well and take the time I needed for myself also to be able to achieve in all those tasks and achieve my fullest.
If you'd like to explore more about interview skills, there's loads more information on the resources section of My Future, including more videos of interviews and examples of other types of questions. Don't forget, you can always contact us in the Career Service if you want more information or help. We also run regular interview practice sessions where you'll be given individual feedback about your approach.